My apologies for our slight lateness this evening. Technology beats us all at some point. But it was worth the wait. My guest tonight has become a legend during COVID. So lots of people have shown the spirit that especially this country is known for, and no less credit can be given to our own community. And so people have come along and really inspired people during these difficult times. And one such gentleman is from our own community, been hailed as the Skipping Sikh. His name is Rajinder Singh, and he was awarded an MBE by the Queen in the recent honours list. So without further ado, tonight is Mr. Rajinder Singh, the Skipping Sikh. Welcome, sir.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ
Welcome to the show. So
Thank you.
tell us about your journey, how you became the Skipping Sikh and love nation.
It was actually start from my father. He was an army soldier, and I was very young, about 5-6 year age, and we went to field, and we doing something together, me and my father. He was cutting sort of grass, and I putting on a cloth, and suddenly he said to me with the rope, and he said, jump. I said, I can't. So he showed me, and I start crying. I said, I can't do it, Dad, I will fall down.
Okay.
And yeah, he said, try. I could not, but then he said, don't cry. Tomorrow, try. So next day, I done too. He was very happy. He picked me up and gave me a nice cuddle. And
how old were you?
I was about 5.5 or 5 years.
Okay.
Very young. And then he showed me how to, run as well. He was very good in athletics, Second World War. Even when games against German, he come first. Even if fractured his ankle, I did come first 100 meter race. And he,
so
the one, right.
So you're a sporting family. So your father was an athlete?
He was in the Second World War, an athlete, very, very strong.
Okay.
Like, doing with anything with the rope or lifting something. And he showed me sometimes lifting 2 people in each hand. Not big people, but, reasonable. He was quite strong.
Yeah. What was his name?
Sorry?
What was your father's name?
His name was, I don't pronounce my father, because elders, the way we brought up, we never say name. But on this point, I can say it. His name was Kam Singh Shah Devi Daspura.
Beautiful. Fantastic. So for those of our audience that are not aware of our cultural customs, sometimes we don't say the names of our elders. So even at this stage, really appreciate Mr. Singh's devotion and respect for his father. So, but he's told us that he comes from a very sporting family, which is really some news to me. So you were 5.5 years old, and you started skipping. And so what did you do? What was your journey like into teenager and adulthood?
I was very keen myself in games. I really, not in football, but rest of all games, and cricket second, but rest of athletics, long jump, high jump, you name it, anything. And even we got a railway track near our village, and without telling my father, we used to jump railway track, which was dangerous. Now I think it was very dangerous, but we do anything like, not showing off how fit we are. And that's
so you did that around your village?
Yes, in my village, in school, even even in the Khalsa College, whatever, I was in a spares, in a kabaddi, and
Okay.
very occasionally they use us, but then I was prepared all the time because our habit was no coffee, no tea, no drink at all, just
Mm-hmm.
live on natural things, and no, definitely no coffee, no tea, no alcohol, and we were just happy to drinking milk sort of things, and doing exercise all the time.
It's a real wholesome life in the Punjab when you were growing up. Did you compete in any sports at any level like your father?
Yes, I did, from a school then in Jandiala Guru, which is near to us,
Mm-hmm.
and I study over there up to high 10th class, and then I went to Khalsa College, and I was
Mm-hmm.
I do play hockey as well, which I was not very good, but I'm a very keen runner. But I was not like a scorer, was just middleman. And in
Okay.
athletics, 100 meters, long jump, triple jump, I forget, triple jump was my favorite. And
Okay.
yeah.
Incredible. So that was in local sports. So you didn't take part in any national sports in terms of representing the country at
No,
all?
no, because
Okay.
my father, he said, son, if you break something, this and that, he was really not allowing me to do too much serious. And plus,
Okay.
it's a long history. I never do farming, but my father set up a business like a kiln, making bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And those
Okay.
two gentlemen, they were clever. They fiddled with my dad, so he has to fund all the money. He signed somewhere. And it's a long
Yeah.
story. Then I have to start getting money for my father, 60,000 rupees at that time. It's a long, long
Mm-hmm.
time now. And I did so many things, but all the time charity, helping people, going in a village, like when we do collection every month, when we got new month, like as we in
Mm-hmm.
hard month now, and I go. I'm the only one, never proud myself. We belong to Jat family, and I go in.
Yes.
They call untouchable. I feel embarrassed when I call them, but they are my friends, and I love low cost people. They are very friendly with me. My own people, they're very proud, which I never do that. I feel embarrassed when they call we a jat. No, we are human being. We must respect
Yes,
everybody
indeed.
else, you know. And my principle
Yes.
was all the time helping other people, always. Even I go writing a letter because not many people at that time educated. My uncle, he
Mm-hmm.
did law. He's the one educated another couple of guys. But when writing a letter for blind peoples, handicapped peoples, no one come forward. I was always write a letter behalf of them, and any kind of help, especially girls. I remember one girl fell down in a well, and we quickly run across and get something to get her out, and she still remembers. She's quite old now, but she remember what kind of person I am. Rest of people laughing when something happened, but I was not a person. I was there to commit myself. Don't care about my health, and that's my principle. I carry on until my last breath, and I just not doing myself because I'm doing for all community. We call Bharat Desh, so they knew that in a
Yeah.
Bharat Desh producing what not other country do that, and I try my
Wonderful.
best to keep away young generation from drugs away. Like as in this country now, it was my all the time charity, and I don't disclose how long I work, but people will see it now. I work a long time on Heathrow. My principal
Yeah.
was charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you have any brothers and sisters?
I had three brothers, And
Hmm.
my father, unfortunately, he was, quite a reasonable person. He gave money to
Hmm.
people, just write on a red book on they call way. And he one day they try to make accident, but he get killed. Then
Oh dear.
my brother, someone given mercury in a drink. So third one is now in Canada, and
Hmm.
my sister, she's in America. Is only my nephew and my two nieces and my brother's wife, and they are
Hmm.
in India. Otherwise,
Okay.
no one there.
Okay. So how old were you when you came to this country, and how did you come here?
I come in late 71, and
Hmm.
how old I was, I think was 25 or 26 or something. And
Okay.
because my calculation, I'm not very clever with that. And soon I come, I never wanted, straight away. My uncle used to repair house and building house and windows so on, and
Hmm.
I go and help him. I was only week here when I said, Uncle,
Hmm.
he was my super. I can't live like not working. And then he took me one day in a school ground, and I was very happy when I can run with them. But when I was new, how educated you are, your English let you down. And
That's right.
yeah, so I mix with the peoples when you're running or something. In Hanslow, there used to be Hans Athletic Club, which was near Hanslow Station, Hanslow West. Now it's
Hmm.
not anymore. They're near the church. And I just run a race with others. Almost all was white peoples. Only one Asian. I don't know. He was Indian or Pakistani or which region was. And I come second. And this PT teacher, he said, if you keep coming, keep coming. I did it twice, but then my uncle got annoyed. He said, if you get an injury or something, and I got responsibility, and I don't like you do that. But still, I said,
Okay.
I was upset, like, why can't I do it, this and that? Because his two sons, they are not doing any exercise or something, and
Sure.
they want to do different way, which I was, not going into deep.
Mm.
And I mixed with the like a people call National Front. I can't
Yes.
decline that when we used to go on a bridge Southall confronting them. I was there when Blair Peach get killed. Teacher come from New Zealand, and he
Yes.
confront them. He get knifed, and police took us, overnight, and rather telling them. But then I become a friend when I join a martial art and games. They become my friends, and I never feel
Okay.
any ill against them. But when I say to people now, I'm still supporting Millwall, people don't believe me. They say, you're a troublemaker. I say, yes, I'm a troublemaker because I want to hear everybody else. Even nowadays when I walk, because I walk like the way. And in a van, window wind down, they said, oh, you Becky. When they call me, and I say, thank you very much. And then they feel embarrassed why we said it. And people don't, still nowadays, people don't realize what kind of people they are. And we are hardworking people. I wish people carry on following and their ancestors, elders. And I love to help anyone. And this is
Yeah.
in my life.
So, as you rightly say, racism was rife, and for those viewers
Yes.
that don't know, the National Front was a right-wing organization at the time, and quite
Yes.
militant, and held lots of marches in racially sensitive, I would say, areas to
Yes.
provoke people and provoke
Yes.
a reaction.
Yes.
And so, a wonderful recount of history as it happened in places like Leicester, Southall, Birmingham, etc. So you joined the martial arts club and became friends with these people. So,
Yes,
um,
martial art and exercise, like in Cranford School when was prepared because built when I was in here, and there was
okay,
four. I think one was from Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. I was fourth of them to training other peoples how to safely use the weightlifting. And now it's complicated,
okay.
but at that time was simple, and they become my friend.
That's an incredible. What did the community think? Because I presume they were still taking part in marches and things against immigration, and you were friends with these guys. How did that make you feel, and how was the community reaction to you?
Because I believe, how can I say, people call, oh no, Guru Nanak, Jesus, or Allah. I call God is a great. We come from one
Hmm.
place, we're going back to one place. As we feel proud walking on this earth and we don't care. But when we die, and this earth will welcome, okay, son, you don't like me walking and forget me what where you belong to or where you going back. I still welcome you. How much you abuse nature, and I'm saying people should think enemy. Yes, you call enemy, but you can. I'm not granting. I'm not God, but the teaching I'm learning from other people like you, gentlemen. You can make a enemy your friends. And saying and
Yes.
doing is very important. And this is my principle. I make friends from how can I say bad people they call, but for me they're not bad people. They sometimes thinking around, and you try your best to you don't give up your goodness to follow them, and that's I try my best if I can do.
That's that's
Yes, sir.
wonderful advice. So you said that
Yes,
you
sir.
worked for at Heathrow Airport.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I work.
When did you start, and how long did you work there for, and what did you do?
I think I start in 75. I think 75 or end of 74, and I
Hmm.
left 2003 because I had a serious injuries, and I still
Hmm.
keep going. And my daughter and Mrs. went when they asked me to pull everything we give you, but I was not happy. I still want to work for this company. And they look after
Yes.
they look after my children. They give me bread and butter, which I never ignore. Even I work. And uh, how can I say, used to be uh, together. After I think 9 or 8 months, they split us. Custom, police officers, you name it. All we used to book on one place, a book of on
Hmm.
same place. And uh, maybe so many things I forget, but they were so friendly people. But as I know, when sunshine, we working inside a building. When
Yep.
it's raining, we working outside. When it's snowing, working outside. And this is a thing. Still, I respect the people who they dictating us. Sometimes how
That's
senior
wonderful.
you are, and they always says to do this dirty. Those things in the past people forget. We used to have one uh, quite big coat. You can pretend to be a cleaner. You can pretend to be a driver. You can pretend to be a loader because so many things happen on Heathrow. And we promise those days. Now things have changed. If you sign this certificate until you die, you can't give every secret what's happening on 7 Heathrow
Okay.
Airport or rest, right? You can't disclose. And
Sure.
when I done, not many people get it. I'm not proud, but it is God bless them. Heathrow, Mr. Norman Payne, Mr. King, Mr. Mick Mercer, Mick Peter Grove. It's so many people. They are senior people. This early, he still was on Heathrow. He left it security in charge, and so many people they remember that you are different. And sometimes my people, as you said, they don't like it much. But those
Yes, of
people, they give
course.
me respect so much. Plus, I never do gossip on a back. I always tell truth face to face. How difficult it is, and how can I say? Things are different. The way they trust
Of course.
Indian, especially our Indian peoples, they said you are great. You are very hard worker peoples. But when people
Wonderful.
coming now, they're spoiling it. It is very embarrassing for all of us, not especially for Sikhs, for Hindus, Muslims, all of us. And they do respect Indian, they do respect Pakistani. They say you're hard workers. And it is true.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
future generation, it depends on, I'm not declining, like they believe in a quick money, like dealing drugs and making gangs.
Sure.
Yeah,
Can
and I
we
know,
take a we've got a
sorry,
member of our audience that we've got a caller that wants to speak to you and ask you a couple of questions, I believe. So if we can take that and we'll
hope we,
continue with the story.
hope we
Hello?
don't go like something differently, but I welcome
No, no,
whoever
no.
it
Don't
is.
worry.
Yes,
Don't worry.
yes,
Of course.
yes.
Hello? Hello, caller? We can't hear the sound very well at this moment in time. Hi, yes?
Good evening. It's very lovely show, very good show.
Thank
I
you.
just want to say congratulations to Rajinder Singh.
Sir, it's not to me. Congratulations.
Yes, I would just want to say, well done. We need more Sikhs in sports, you know. And I absolutely. Hello?
Yes, yes, sir. I'm listening.
We had Milkha Singh. Milkha Singh ਸੀ ਜੋ 1958 ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਫਲਾਈਂਗ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਾਮਨਵੈਲਥ ਐਂਡ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ 골ਡ ਮੈਡਲ ਜਿੱਤੇ ਸੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਜਿੱਤੇ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਐਟ ਦ ਮੋਮੈਂਟ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੋਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਯੂ نو ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ ਅਲੈਕਸੀ ਗਿਰਵਾਲ ਸੀ ਸਾਈਕਲਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਾਈਕਲਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੇ 골ਡ ਮੈਡਲ ਜਿੱਤਿਆ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ 골ਡ ਮੈਡਲ ਜਿੱਤਣ 올림픽 ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ 골ਡ ਮੈਡਲ ਜਿੱਤਣ ਤੇ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਯੰਗ ਏਜ ਤੋਂ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣ ਇਹਨਾਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਨਾ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਵੀ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਪਾਇਆ ਮੈਂ 100% ਐਗਰੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਵੋਲੰਟੀਅਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਪਾਰਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਪਾਰਕ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਵੋਲੰਟੀਅਰ ਬੱਗੀ ਡਰਾਈਵ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਵਾਂ ਮਾਰਸ਼ਲਿੰਗ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ 4 ਈਅਰ ਏਜ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 10 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਮੈਜੋਰਟੀ ਆਫ ਦਮ ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਲਰ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੋ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਮੈਜੋਰਟੀ ਆਫ ਦਮ ਵਾਈਟ ਆ और ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਾ ਮੈਂ 2 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਵੀ ਆ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਵੀ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਐਟਲੀਸਟ 5-6 ਫੈਮਿਲੀਜ਼ ਰੈਗੂਲਰ ਐਵਰੀ ਸੰਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਫਖਰ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਹੋ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਸੋ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਰ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਚੰਗਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਂ ਰੋਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਸਿਰਫ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਰੋਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਤੱਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਹੀ ਆ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
So what our callers are saying is
that
we
we should encourage our community for sports into the next generation. So I understand that you're doing some charitable work and training our younger children at the various schools around where you're located. And of course, you know, the Indian communities are not very well represented in sport. And I think maybe that we've heard a couple of times now Mr. Singh talk about the fact that both his father and the gentleman who is uncle that came here was afraid of getting injured and saying that if you were to be injured and then you would not be able to perform at sports and perhaps not do a job. So maybe that's an issue with our community. So we're going to hear a little bit more from Mr. Singh, obviously, in terms of how the idea of the Skipping Sikh came. So, Mr. Singh, we have COVID come, and what were you doing just before the pandemic hit last year?
Actually, I got allotment. I go there, and there's a couple of peoples. They really, when I knew, now it's all of them, they respect me. Majority of them, the British people, like English, Welsh, and from Egypt, and from India. Mostly
Okay.
they work on Heathrow, but still, the custom, immigration, and so on. But anyway, when I went in my allotment, my daughter went as well. She said, "Dad, show me exercise because I don't like showing off anyone. I always do
Okay.
exercise secretly. Yes, I done running
Yes.
here and there, but when I do exercise, I just want mentally with the God. Remember, He gives you strength. Do exercise. Then in a mind, so many things coming. But I said, why? She said, no, Dad, I want to see. And she said, do skipping. And this is skipping rope,
Okay.
sir, given on Heathrow. His name was Les Simmons, ex-army soldiers. And he gave me this rope. And it's a long story. The way he called me, he said, you are like my son. Here is a rope for you and some weight. And I was still carrying this old rope and keep breaking, still demanding. And this rope must be over 40-year-old.
Okay.
And when I done skipping, she put on a website, which because I don't use computer, I just do iPad. Or, I'm not interested too much. Just look on news, pray, help people, do here and there. Anyway, so she put on a website or somewhere for old people, and she said that when she said, "Oh, so many people want to see you doing again," I feel so embarrassed, because I don't like going on television or anything. And I said, "Daughter, why you?" She said that because old people, they can't go out, they can't do exercise, and maybe they follow you. So really, I done for old people. Believe me, old
Okay.
people were not much response, but young generation, they want to do skipping, and they few of them, they call us around the house, like Irish people, Scottish, and I went in Khalsa school, but we can't go openly do exercise, and it's so many people waiting to do this skipping, and then I start, carrying on to people's, and I never, as I said, I never try to show off. No, no. And
Of
daughter
course.
was,
So you
and she's
started
the
skip.
one.
So you started. Yeah. So you started skipping out on your allotment, and people just started following you, right?
Actually, skipping I'm doing since I come in this country, maybe after a few months.
Yes.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
never show off, and I just check my stamina. Until now, please, I check my stamina. You haven't done today 1 minute. You haven't done half minute. You haven't done 50 push-up. You haven't done this. You haven't done this. And then said, how are you going to rest? And in my mind come, yes, plenty rest. When you die, no one disturbs you. And this is a principle. Yes.
So you started skipping and people started come. So where did you have this audience of people that were watching you? Did you do it on TV or did you do it in person during COVID?
Sir, you name it. So many people, like it was Q daughter, she's doing everything. But
Yes.
once BBC and ITV was, and the other channels from New Zealand or Canada or America, you name it, and they're coming from German, and from allotment someone complained to the council, and we are
Okay.
making films, and council said we knew that he's doing for charity work. And then we went to garden sandwich near Heathrow Airport. They said, "You're welcome anytime, Mr. Singh. Come here, BBC, ITV, Sikh channel. How can I say? I can't say so. Daughter know how many channel they done it.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel tired, because you have to repeat so many times. And it is privileged, but not me. It is all. And this is not turban on my head. It's my. No. It's all of you. Gave me so much respect. I want to do it. When they said someone gives you blessing, you can't buy blessing with money. And that's my principle, sir.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. When did you find out that you were in the Queen's honours list, and what was it like going to Buckingham Palace?
Now you'll be surprised, sir. Honestly, I'm not disrespecting. I respect Queen. My father always called, son, respect Rani when you go there. Try to see Rani. Ika Rani, Queen, Ika Rani. But he said, don't disrespect. But when this reward comes, I surprised, because my daughter, she's she's reading everything. I really, how can I say, when I help someone, I try to forget 100%. I only remember those things happen with me and learn from them. Even what I'm saying now, I never tell much people. So many things I hide myself, then try to be strong. It will not happen again. Then God, you can't be a God. You're a human being.
Incredible. So you went to the palace? Did you meet the Queen?
No, it's, I think, when are we going to see Queen?
Next week or 23rd.
23rd, she said, next week. Yes.
Okay, so you haven't actually been given your award. You just know that you have an MBE.
I know it's some kind of a letter here. She gave me a letter to read it. So I want to pray first, because this is my principle. Before I eat, evening, I have to pray. Then I eat after. But as this show, I done quickly everything. But I have no time to read this letter, because I'm not interested. I just want to help people, not getting reward. Believe me, it was there must be so many medals, half marathon, or so much, maybe 50 or 20 medals lying around. And I just interested in helping other people's, and God give them more strength. More people will help each other, and world will be different.
That's incredible. And I've watched a couple of interviews, and you're so humble about everybody, you such accolades and such a lot of respect, but you still maintain that it's not you and you're nothing yourself.
No, sir. Me, if I anytime, like, because I'm when I was even young, I can hold a person, and I always challenge. Sometimes, you get awkward people on Heathrow, maybe they're listening, some of them. They show me off, and I always call them, come on side, I talk with you. Now, if anyone swear at me, I will say thank you very much. This is the principle I got in my pocket. Unless someone, like especially daughters, someone's sisters in a trouble. Yes, I don't disrespect, man as well, boys. But if any girl in a trouble, I go help her. Even I get killed, I don't care. But for fighting, for saying this person is lower than me, or I'm better than him, no. God rather give me a death, be a proud. So I want to stay, not me humble, people like you all over the world, they making me humble. Maybe I'm different, but those blessings making me more and more lower to stay as it is and go from this planet wherever I belong. No one knows.
Goodness me, absolutely incredible. So what are the plans now, post-COVID? So what are you doing with yourself in terms of, what happens with the Skipping Sikh now?
I just carry on normal work, like I go, try my best to go Sikh temple. Now particular, just, they call, as I said, this is a Jat Gurdwara, this is a Ramgadiya Gurdwara, this is a untouchable Gurdwara. No, I always, whatever Gurdwara come first, and I go pray there. Then I go to second one if have a time. But my principle is no cost for me, no lower, no higher. Yes, there's a rich people, maybe the rich people with the money, but getting how can I say blessing. Australia Park, so many ladies and girls, they ask me, "You are not proud. What are you doing? And you doing this, that, that?" I said, "No, I'm proud on public like you gave me blessing and recognizing this stupid and madman making so much worldwide openly. I'm not worth for. I never think I'm worth for. But I don't know. Maybe someone gave me so much blessing and very near those people who they gave me blessing. And that's what I can say. I wish I was more educated. I can do better way talking. And I try my best to say inside what's inside I'm thinking. And as I'm talking, I'm not hesitation, but people's blessing, no one can compare it. I must say that.
That's wonderful. You speak very well, by the way. So don't ever think that you don't communicate very well, or you need
God
to be any more educated than you already are.
No, bless you.
So I did ask you. So are there any plans to do anything else now, or will you just go back to your allotment and skip in front of that as you used to? Are you going to travel? Are you going to take the Skipping Sikh around the world?
Actually, my daughter is the one roaster maker. You know roaster? Like
Yes.
duties. She is the one tell me what to do. And I give her, because as she is my daughter, not much people do that to a daughter. Soon I done my prayer, she wake up. I give blessing on her head and I touch her feet. Which people, so many people, they will say, "Oh, is Amartari, you should not know." I remember Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I remember Jesus. I remember Paigambar, Allah's Paigambars. They said, if woman not on this planet, we would not be, no one be here. People don't remember that. And these things are not coming from myself, by learning from other people's. How much we respect is not much. We must respect more and more women than ourselves. And I will carry on. And I want to see other people, when I talk them, they're very, near to their daughters. Son, yes, I respect sons, but daughters are very near to parents. And that's, I must say, openly. And people do argue, yes, my son is better, my son is better. No, still, where girls are, everything, we're pressing them down. Even like a pay, respect, you say, ladies are seen in a police, in a fire service, in NHS, get assaulted by people, not by women. Yes, some women, but majority of them, people like us, don't respect women. And hopefully people follow good path to respect women. Yes, no one is perfect. If woman says, we quickly go and beat them, we do this. So many women get killed every year, beaten by husband, beaten by someone else, assaulting it, and that's not right future. When COVID-19 come, and people panicking, and we seen our ancestors seen Second World War, compared with Second World War, this COVID-19 is nothing. But just it's teaching
Indeed.
to future generation how to behave, how to respect nature, how to respect people like you, how to behave. Learn from others. If you don't like it, don't assault it. Don't try to kill them. And that's why try to do. And people who they know me on Heathrow, I always on front line. Even they, something happened to someone else, I always there. I never thought about my job will go. Twice, almost, from a job. But when people support me, he's telling truth. You imagine confronting Heathrow Airport general managers, and I'm still work there, and they try to get me suspension. Even police woman, she mentioned me. She said, "I'm very thankful. To me, you're like my father." And so many people, you can show that if you honesty, telling truth, no one can beat telling truth. Stealing, killing, forge things. In this situation now, as we in a problem, people cheating with the money, taking money out of your, how many things, and stealing things. They're supposed to be supporting each other. No, 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 no. And once I remember, I still will, don't agitate. It's not me, as I said, God. Sometimes it comes in my mind, people maybe no food left, as farmer got problem in India, no food left, people will kill each other. And my father said in Second World War happened. He can't prove it, but he saw it. He said in future, you don't know, maybe human beings start eating each other's because no food left, no respect, and this is thinking is really frighten people. It's not frighten, just be strong, respect nature, respect each other. Don't think Sikh religion better, don't think Muslim religion better, don't think Christian religion better, don't think Buddhism better. We're taking too much like a black and white. Yes, it happened, but only few people. We teach them, yes, we stand in the past, we standing now, we will stand until our last breath, and just get blessing from people and try your best for future. Live and let live. And look after yourself. They said, people help those, God help those who they help themselves. If I'm sitting here, sitting here just waiting, if someone don't give me something, I go and grab it. No, 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 God. Rather give me a death and give me good path. And hopefully I don't bark too much and try my best and to answer it, please, sir.
That's absolutely wonderful. The values and the morals of a man who is humble beyond words is all I can say. He's been featured all around the world. News crews from all over the world have featured him during COVID. He's been awarded an MBE, which he's yet to collect. And all we still hear is him talking about his moral stance on the equality of women, the fact that he's never believed in what is the caste system that shouldn't exist in our land in India, but is widely exists and widely exists here in this country. We've brought it from our mother country. Yeah. And it still exists, unfortunately. It's a shameful thing that we have gurdwaras that are for this caste or this caste, but clearly, I can only describe the gentleman of gentlemen that I've met in my entire life, just refuses to believe in those things, and even today said that he would defend any female that is being taken advantage of or violence being practiced. We talked about equality. So, as an elder gentleman, he's so aware of the problems that we have today and talks about not fighting nature and not fighting each other. So any other words that you have to share? I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'm stuck for words, and I can't praise you enough for the respect that I feel for you, and I'm sure our audience feels today in having such an honor to have your thoughts be shared amongst us. Anything else that you'd like to say? Any other thoughts that I'd like to say? I'm not sure whether you heard us, so technology doesn't always work. I'm sorry the link's been cut. So what can I say? We have had an absolute humdinger of a show in terms of the thoughts that Mr. Rajinder Singh, the Skipping Sikh, has shared with us. What an incredible journey from being a youngster at 5, 6 years old, being taught to skip with father, and here we are, and we are in the presence of legends on this show today, and I'm absolutely dumbfounded in terms of what we've done and what we've achieved. So really proud for KTV of having such esteemed guests on the show. So we are coming towards the end of another show. If there's any callers that want to share any of their views with me, you're quite welcome to do so as we are closing. And we'll have another show for you next week. I shall see you on the breakfast show on Thursday morning, and then for the Kam Johal show in the evening. We've had some views expressed in terms of how the shows are going, and we always welcome anybody's opinions in terms of what we should be doing, because we're always learning. And the other thing is that if there are any views that are expressed by our guests, those are their personal views and not necessarily those of the station or mine. So we're always minded, because we have live shows, and sometimes things are said that some our members of our audience will not agree with. So in closing, I'd like to just bring your attention to the petition we have going on at Leicester, my hometown, on Facebook. You can find it on my link, Kam Johal, or on LinkedIn. We've had over 10,000 signatures now, and we're protesting basically the proposal of a bar that's been in the works in terms of that planning permission has been applied for just a couple of doors away from the Guru Nanak Dev Ji Gurdwara in Leicester. So we've had a worldwide response to that through social media. So I would like to say very, very big thank you to all of those that have signed the petition. And for those that haven't, please do so, because the numbers that are needed are great, and these things take time. And we don't have to have a situation whereby we keep having to let these things go. And so that's where we are with those things. So in closing, I would just like to thank all of our audience in terms of your participation. I know there were some other callers. We had some technical difficulties, and so we're going to close the show tonight. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you for another episode of the Kam Johal Show next week. Thank you and good night.